Your ex ain't no shit, your baby dad ain't no shit, man. You know what I mean? That's how we do it, man. New Year, new problems, man. We finna go on tour, bitch. Get ready for the tour, bitch. I'm solo tour here. I don't need nobody here. Me and sit on this shit, man. This shit going on, man. We popping out tonight, man. This shit going on, man. Yeah, man. You be back, man. Got my baby boy back, man. You know what I'm saying? Boy back here.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and the way I'm recording them, I ain't never gonna get done with the editing. I'm just stacking them up. But I seen this post on Instagram, some guy named Focused on Being Free. He does music. He does clean rap music. He put up a post that said Delores Tucker was right, Tupac was wrong. To which I said, nah, everybody's responsible for their own actions. I stick with that. I stand by that. I stand on that. When you start using the argument that black people can be, I guess, mind controlled to live out rap music that they hear, it's actually not giving them credence to free will, intelligence, or critical thinking, which I think black people are capable of. Now, do artists like Gucci Mane or Tupac or Snoop Dogg or T.I. and Jeezy, do they popularize street culture? Yes. But I've known a lot of drug dealers. I've known a lot of robbers, stick up kids, whatever you like to call them, street niggas. I don't know no scamming niggas. That's some new shit. That's actually frowned down upon. You in the same vein as a cat burglar. But I've known dudes from the streets. They didn't do street shit because music popularized it or said it was cool. They did it because they was trying to get money. Truth be told, most niggas that rap, they don't really sell drugs. Never did. With the exception of maybe T.I., Jeezy, and Gucci Mane. Tupac never actually glamorized street life. He told narrations. And he explained them. He even had a song where, in Changes, he says, I ain't never did a crime I ain't have to do. So, people missed his message. And that's where most people, the phenomenon of most people just listening to music for the beat comes from. I don't think people, black, white, and or other, listen to the words that the artist is saying. If they did, they would actually, the takeaway would actually be paramount, but it never is, because that's the reason of mine that I believe, like, I want to say, and it's probably higher, but I want to say that like 80% of people don't listen to the words. They listen to the hook, words here or there that they know or remember. But the rest of the song, the majority of it, I don't think they pay attention. So, you know what I'm saying? Then there's that. I debated this dude because C Delores was not right. He actually had bullet points. C Delores Tucker, a civil rights activist and politician, was strongly opposed to gangster rap in the 1990s, and the criticism often singled out artists like Tupac, Snoop Dogg, several others. Delores even protested major music shareholders. Her main concern was misogyny, degradation of women, which they were not. They were calling women bitches and hoes, but it was within context of them being cheating, scandalous, or philanderous. I'm a firm believer that if you are a scoundrel or a person of unsavory characteristics, you should be called out on it, man or woman. If you sell pussy, you a hoe. There ain't no way around that. There's no nice way to say that. People, a lot of women in America want men to not be harsh with them as we would other men. It don't work like that. Just like we call out scumbag men, we call out scumbag women. If that comes off as misogynistic, so what? That's just like saying you shouldn't call a serial killer a scumbag because that's misandrous. So what? He kills people. He should be called something harsh. Degradation of women, I don't know what the fuck that means. Women in rap videos were paid. I don't know about degrading anybody. If they get paid, they signed up to do that shit. They signed a contract, NDA, or an agreement. So then there's that. Glorification of violence and crime. I can't say what a person's intent is, if they're telling stories or narrations in a rap, or they're telling their actual personal exploits of selling drugs. Yeah, if a motherfucker didn't give me a job or don't want to, making it hard for me to get it ahead in life through the workforce, I'm under the impression that drug dealing, and I did it, so I ain't even going on this. At this point, I can't even say I'm under the impression. Drug dealing is more lucrative than working at bullshit jobs. The conditions, while there's a lot of hazards, the conditions are less stressful. I'm not saying that there's no stress, but having to come to work and play politics with people that want to fire you because they don't like your personality, even though you work good. Yeah, I could see how somebody being their own boss, self-made and selling drugs, even though they might have to worry about somebody killing them or maiming them or blowing their head off or going to prison. Hey, if that doesn't happen, it's a good day at the office. A negative impact on the youth. I'm a firm believer your kids shouldn't be listening to no fucking rap music that's got negative messaging. Like, you need to monitor your kids as a parent. If your kids is left unattended when they get out of school and got access to TV, you don't need to have cable. One, if you can't provide a daycare or a guardian or somebody to watch a babysitter to monitor your kids, make sure they're not listening to hardcore rap music or drill music, you shouldn't have cable. You're putting the cart before the horse. You're a bad parent. So, as it pertains to negative impact, if somebody says to watch the kid, make sure they don't listen to the radio or they're not watching quote unquote negative rap videos. Yeah, they shouldn't have cable. You shouldn't have access to television. You know what I'm saying? Even phone devices need to be limited, so they can't go online and see negative images of rappers, or hear songs that got slurs in them or over sexualized topics, or like you bad parenting right there. Exploitation by the music industry. Now, I think the music industry is only exploiting the artists. Technically, they're not selling your kid the album. If your kid has access to stream it or download it through Apple Music or Spotify, once again, you are in charge of parenting your kids. We don't care how hard it is for you to parent your kid. If you are not monitoring your kid and they got access to rap songs that are lewd and lascivious, that's not the label or the artist's fault. That's yours. And then we got right here censorship and accountability. I don't think no rapper that puts out music is not accountable. Most of the rappers actually take a lot of account of the shit that they say. The label takes account of the artists that they put out. That's why they put them out. I don't know how you would want accountability from labels or rappers. Once again, it all circles back to you are in charge of parenting your kid, not the label, not the rapper. You. If you are slacking, that's your fault. And then he goes on to say, you would be lying to yourself if you don't think music affects us. Rest in power, C Delores Tucker. You will never be forgotten. I will carry on the torch even if I'm alone. So you're gonna be alone. And I don't know what torch there is. She was in direct violation of First Amendment rights, freedom of speech. I can say what the fuck I want as long as it don't defame you. No one cares that you're offended. That's personal. Once again, a lot of people in America, and it boils down to LGBT sensitive snowflakes, and I never thought I'd live long enough to see black people. But yeah, some of you soft snowflake niggas out there want to blame everything on everybody but yourself, and you want everybody to take accountability of the music that's put out, when in actuality it's you that need to take accountability for what the fuck you're doing and how you're raising your children. I'm only saying this, maybe I'm saying this as a single person without kids. As the days go by, I'm starting not to like people with kids. They make all these fucking cop-out excuses as to why their kids are fucked up and they're bad parents. In any event, if you like this episode, you know what to do, and I'm out.